Well, I'm loving all of your energy and soaking all of it up. And I'm just so grateful. I'm already in tears. Anybody else feel the energy? Anybody feel like there's something really big happening right now, right? It's, uh, it's been such an incredible year for all of us, right? 2020, and they predicted it. They said 2020 was going to be a major year, but we really didn't know why or what that actually looked like, did we? And I've been talking with a couple of my the people that I work with, my mentors and my healers and my spiritual advisors and people that I go to. And I am under the belief that we haven't seen it all yet, right? That there's something else really big coming. And that this is like a groundwork and a preparation. 2020 has been a groundwork and a preparation for the energies that are coming in this new age, in this age of Aquarius. And so today, what we're going to do is I'm going to tell you a little bit about the importance of the winter solstice for us, specifically for us in 2020. And talk about what that looks like. And then we're going to do an activation. I'm going to teach you how to do an intention setting today, a specific process from my Quantum Miracles Mastery course, where we teach people how to create miracles today so you can heal anything. And I'm going to teach you, and we're going to work together and create an intention for yourself for 2021. And just meditate together, do some really beautiful energy, and really just enjoy this awakening that we are gathering for together here on the planet. So thank you again so much for coming. Uh, um, the importance of this specific winter solstice that is very different from so many others that we have experienced, and why this is the most important solstice of our lifetime. Literally, even if you live for 100 years, no matter when you were born, you will not see another solstice like this. The last one was in 1623. So unless you are immortal in this body, and have been around since then, I mean, I know your soul has been, so maybe you were here at that time in another body, or, in another experience. But in this body, I'm pretty sure that you will not have experienced anything like this. And before that, 7 BC was, another time when this happened in 7 BC is a really long time ago also. And it's believed to be that this conjunction, right? So this is the conjunction with Jupiter, the planet of luck, and Saturn, the planet of authority. And they're meeting in Aquarius. And it's a very rare astrological event known as the Great Conjunction. And this powerful placement, which is happening today, right, that coincides with the winter solstice, marks the beginning of a new era, one that may finally usher in some much needed optimism. But what's beautiful about this also is that this year it comes in this celestial event, and many call it the Christmas star, right? The Christmas star. So I know so many of you, and whatever your religious beliefs are, you may celebrate Christmas. But if you look at it and really understand the calendars, and the understanding is that, the actual date, solstice, the 21st, is where in the Christmas star is the date where people follow. Christmas is on December 25th. And they've said that a lot of the religions, what they did with like Christmas and Easter and some of these other holidays, is they moved them by 3 or 4 days to take people off of the actual understanding of what was happening on the solstices, right? Because they considered that to be a pagan thing, or there was some other things around that. But actually, it's a very important understanding. So these two planets cozy up in the night almost every 20 years, but this year they will be super close. That's again, that they meet at 0 degrees Aquarius, a placement that relates to brand new cycles. So from our vantage point on Earth, that's how we get this look for the Christmas star. And they believe that this Christmas star was is where some of the stories, right, that we get about looking, you know, the North Star and looking for that kind of thing, all of those stories that we hear in different religions and things like that, that's where this comes from. And so we want to be able to take action and set intentions in this time, because when these two planets come together, outdated social forms and ways die in order to give birth to new ones. How many of you see that, right? What we've been leading up this whole year to things dying and immense change. The Great Conjunction has shaped historical trends and eras and usually marks a time of intense change. And the last time that we had a great conjunction, but not like one that was here, not on obviously on this winter solstice, the last great conjunction was May 28th of 2000, which was the start of the new millennium. So think about that, right? Like this is a really important thing to think about. Another reason that this is so notable is that these two planets meet for the next 100 to 200 years, all in air signs. So Aquarius, Gemini, Libra, and that's the first time that this has happened since the 1400s. And so we want to understand, what does that really mean? Well, during the last 200 years or so, when Saturn and Jupiter came together every 20 years, they were in earth signs. So consider that's our society's obsession with material things, conquering land, money, right? Like materialistic industrialization. It moved things towards this technological focus. So when they say when coming into the air signs, right, it's looking into the ideas of consciousness and moving things into the development of potentialities and manifestations in a different way. So like in this area, everyone will be encouraged to embody the highest vibration that moves towards social and progressive social activism. Think about it. Look at what some of the things that have started coming up in the last few years: the Me Too movement, Black Lives Matter, right? Like all these like social, like the idea is that we move from individualistic into community and the idea of we are one and oneness. From individuals into oneness. And I know a lot of you, if you're in this experience, you're on this call right now, you know, if you're in this with me, you're already probably believing and living in that more 5D world, right? This is that shift they've been talking about from this third dimension, very materialistic world into a 5D experience. And what does that mean? Well, Newtonian physics, for those of you that have taken any of my quantum work or my quantum miracles, Newtonian physics says that the material, the matter, the things that we see are real, like, right, that it's solid. Well, the quantum world says that everything is energy, and if everything is energy, we can at a quanta level shift our energy at that. And so by stepping into this age of Aquarius, into this astrological phase, we're going to start to bring more of that experience of consciousness into it, bring humanity and harmony and peace to our lives and to Earth. And we will use our empathy to change the world. They say in 2012, everyone on the planet became empathetic. Did you guys know that? That everyone on the planet became empathetic in 2012. So in that space of like, we are like, how many of you are empaths, right? Like we are all now empaths. We're all in that state, maybe different degrees, but we're going to use that empathy to change the world. And as we come out of this age and the year of the Capricorn, we're purifying ourselves and evolving into our best selves. How many of you feel like you're personally, you've had some major shifts in the last year or two? Yeah. I'm seeing lots of shaking and hands raising. I'm just scrolling through here for a second to look at all your beautiful faces. Wow, there's so many amazing people on here. Oh, lovely. Hello, everyone. Ooh, I've even got, people from Ireland. I know that. Oh my goodness, from all over the world today. Beautiful. Okay. So how can we use this day to our advantage, right? This is what we want to do. Well, we want to create ritual. We want to create an experience of connection and intention setting. Um, if you have something that you want to begin that you're deeply committed to and you're willing to work with it and these energies, this is the time to initiate something in regards to that. How many of you have something that you want to, that you're deeply committed to doing in your life? Yeah, you want to share it. If you're willing to share the energy in the group, you can put it in the chat. I would love to hear some of the things that you're deeply committed to shifting in your life in this year. And so this is that time. It's time for you to put your energy and your talents and your time behind this. So maybe you want to write a book. I'm actually headed to Guatemala to write a book. I'm going to be spending a month there to work on one of my books after the new year. you know, so maybe you're looking to start a new career. I know several of you on here are coming into my quantum healing certification and training to be spiritual alchemists and quantum energy healers and learn that energy in your life, right? Maybe you're here and you're in that space of like, now that you've had some freedom from going to many of you I know have had freedom because you're not going to the regular job every day this year, whether you worked in an industry that got completely wiped away, or you got to stay at home and work because everything went online. But what did that do? It started to stir up ideas of like, what could life really be like if I didn't work a 9 to 5, or if I wasn't stuck in an experience like this, but I could have more openness, expansion, and freedom to really do my purpose or what I want in the world, right? This conjunction, this experience, this winter solstice is another way to look at purpose. So many of us are coming into the age of Aquarius and saying, no longer do I want to live my life the way that I've lived it before. I'm tired of doing for others or living the system, or, how many people were told, go to college, get a great job, and when you're 60, go start travel and live your life, right? And so many youngsters, my daughter's 22 years old, in that millennial age. And I've gotten a lot of people that are coming in now. And I talk to a lot of people in the age, and they are like, and excuse my language, fuck the system, right? Like they're like, screw that system that tells me that I have to do things that way. Like there's this new way of like, how can I honor and acknowledge this expansion? And it's funny because I listen to a lot of people that are in my age range, I'm 43, that look at those younger people and they're almost like angry or bitter about it and say, oh, well, they're lazy, or they don't, or they don't have any, integrity or something like that. And I find it to be really funny because I think that anger, or that like look at that, is really about I wish I'd have been able to do that too. Why did it have to be? I couldn't have looked at life that way. And instead we have to look at this expansion and say, well, how do I harness that right now into my life, right? And so we want to create ritual. We want to create purpose. And so also, what is the winter solstice? Well, the winter solstice is when the day is the shortest and the night is the longest, right? The light of the sun begins a new solar cycle on the winter solstice. The rays shine into the dark and nurture newborn life. They are to be cultivated. And this is mirrored in nature as seeds are buried in the darkness to the earth, right? To emerge once again in the spring for that life-giving from the sun. But the funny thing is that although this is the longest night of the year, the winter solstice is known as what? It's about light. It's about harnessing the light within us, harnessing that experience. So depending on where you are in the world, they say the best time to see the Christmas star is 45 minutes after sunset. So no matter where you are, somewhere right about 45 minutes after sunset this evening, you want to go outside so that you can see the Christmas star. And what I would do in that experience, in that time, I would light a candle. I would if it's not too windy and wintry outside where you're at, depending where you are, take a candle out with you. Ground yourself into the ground. If it's, obviously if it's too cold, put a blanket down, but if you can touch the ground with your bare hands or your bare feet or something like that, ground yourself in, light a candle, hold a candle in that experience. And the reason I did this call this morning was because I wanted you guys, a lot of people are doing theirs right after sunset or different things, but I wanted you to have that energy. I didn't want you taking your computer outside with you or your phone to do this. I wanted you to set that energy up for yourself so you could go out there and really experience that. And this idea in this moment is that the light triumphs over the dark, but what do we need? We must be and have darkness to experience lightness. We must have sadness to know joy. I've worked with so many people that have had PTSD and trauma and experiences like that when I've worked with people around the world. And one of the things that I find is whether it's fight, flight, or freeze. The freeze is when they're stuck in like no emotion right here, right? Well, you can't feel joy and happiness if you can't feel sadness. The idea is that we don't sit in that, right? We bring in these feelings and these emotions, the experience, and then we allow them to move. We allow them to go. So coming into winter, right? Winter is the time of rest and reflection before awakening and building into brighter days. So what is the energy of this winter that you're going to harness, right? It's in this fruitful darkness that we're going to allow ourselves to create our soul's yearnings and our new inspiration and eventually emerge and change. So that's what I want you to do is I want you to create today. We're going to create an intention for this time, for this winter solstice, for the experience of understanding how do we harness this energy for ourselves, right? Like, what does that look like for each of us in this experience? So what is the most powerful way to create an intention, right? An intention is like a prayer. And prayer is about what? It's about vibration. It's about healing. It's about understanding that a prayer is more than an asking, right? And it's a knowingness. When you say, I already know, I already have this experience, I already know that that it exists for me. That is what we want. So it must be very powerful. And really understanding, why is my computer, hold on one second, guys. I'm trying to get this for you and it's not opening. All right. So the energy says I'm not supposed to use that today. It's okay. We won't use it then. That's really weird. All right. So this 7-step process is of understanding how to create a powerful intention is understanding that your intention is one in the present tense, right? It is full of emotion. So when you think about this thing that you want to create, we're saying that it has already happened in the present moment, the feeling that would go with it. So what I want you all to do is we're going to take a moment and we're going to imagine in our minds this thing, this intention that you want to create. Maybe you have, and I call the intentions over goals, right? Because I think they have different energy. An intention is about the energy behind what do I want to create? How does that show up in my life? How do I plant the seed? What we're doing, winter solstice, planting the seed underground so that it can germinate and it will rise for us in 2021, right? And create that. So what is the feeling when this thing that appears in your life that already exists in the quantum field, that exists already in our field, that we're calling in so that we can actually have it materialize, see it within our lives? What feeling would that would show up for you? Would it be love? Would it be gratitude? Would you be like so excited, be like jumping up and down, like, I did that thing. Or would you feel just absolute peace and just like, oh, finally, that thing happened, right? What is that for you? I want you to feel the feeling because I'm going to have you write this intention creation statement. And when you write it down, I want you, when you see it, when you feel it, when you read it, I want you to feel it in your body. So if you need pen or paper, go ahead and make sure you grab that. I want you to write it instead of typing it on a computer. Okay. Because typing it on a computer does not have the same energy as pulling it in through your body. And when we say this, so you can start your intention with like, I am so grateful for, or I am so excited now that right? Like now, meaning now that I already have this thing in my life, now that I've created this thing, or I'm so grateful. Maybe you're looking for that amazing love relationship, or it's a financial thing that you're looking to create in 2021, or purpose, right? Or maybe it's a spiritual ascension that you're looking for, or maybe you have a health issue that you want to heal, and you're so grateful now that you can dance around the room freely and feel your body move, right? So then the other piece of it is it must be stated in a positive. So you're not saying, I don't want this thing, like, or if you would say it was a health thing and you wanted to lose weight, right? You wouldn't say, I want to lose weight. You would say, I'm so grateful now that my body is fit and toned and I'm able to move freely and abundantly, right? Or if you were to want to talk about like finances, right? Like, so it's not like I want to be able to pay off all my bills. No, it's not a want. It's like, I'm so grateful now that I have more than enough financial abundance to pay all my bills and easily get blah, blah, blah. Or maybe you're creating a house, or you want a car, or you want to get married, or maybe you're going to have a baby. We've had somebody manifest a baby in our Quantum Miracles course. We've had 3 marriages. We've had a baby. We've had people heal all sorts of physical and mental, illnesses and things. So many incredible things that can be done when you learn how to create this intention statement purposely. So I'm going to give you guys about 4 or 5 minutes. I'm going to put on just a little bit of background music so you can hear it, and just take a few moments. If you have questions, you can pop them in the chat and be like, what do you think about this statement? Or how would I word this? So it's got to be written in the positive, written as if it's already happened, written as if it, and with the gratitude or the excitement or the feeling that goes into it, so that you feel it in your body, right? That experience, like, what is that intention? How do I want to create that in my life? So I'm going to give you guys a few moments here, play some beautiful music. It's weird. Where's the music? Why is nothing working on the computer? Am I recording even? I am recording. Okay. Oh, I don't know what's going on. Look at all your beautiful faces. Hello, everyone. I was going to give you music, but it doesn't seem to be working either. Don't know what happened. Oh, that would be because it's listening on somewhere else. There we go. Yes, yeah, Kathy, it can be more than one thing, of course. Yeah. Freedom. Oh, successful book launch. Awesome. Sharon, freedom to manifest brand new. It depends on brand new, right? If it's just like, but when we want, let me turn this down. Let me make sure you guys can hear me. So we do want to be clear, right? So clarity is so super important when we're setting intentions, when we're planting the seed. Think about it like this. If you're going to buy a plane ticket, you need to know your destination. Otherwise, if you go on to AmericanAirlines.com and you don't know where you're going, you're not going to be able to purchase a ticket to get there. The same thing comes with intention setting. You want to be super clear about what that intention is. You may not know how the heck you're going to get there. You may not know, right? Like you don't know how the plane works. You don't know how you get, when you get on that plane, how you end up at your destination. You just know that you do. You don't know, understand how the plane works. You know, you don't know the flight path that you take. I mean, unless you're the pilot, right? You don't understand any of that, but you do know where you're going. Like you can't get on that flight without knowing where you're going, unless somebody's surprising you. The same thing happens when we're creating an intention. You may not have any freaking idea how you're going to get there, but holding the space of understanding what that is. So being pretty clear about what you want your life to look like, right? When you plant that seed is pretty important. When I teach our manifesting courses and our creation courses, we have actually 7 categories, and we get super specific, into that, and really understanding, like, what does that look like? What do I want to create? Like when I manifested my house, I didn't know exactly where it was going to be, but I had down to the exact amount that I wanted to pay, how many bedrooms it had, what the backyard looked like, like all of the, like where the community, who the people were that were in the community that I wanted to meet, that type of thing. So that when that house showed up in my life, I was like, oh my gosh, this is my house, and so I really understood that. So, so having a clear idea really helps in that experience to do that. So I love, let's see what some of the people are sharing here. Can you, yeah, you're hearing, yeah, I know you're hearing the music now. So my music was playing on my Echo, my Alexa Echo that was at my house in California. And that's where it had gone. It had gone off into the ethers to somewhere else. Um, um, let's see, I'm so grateful to have financial abundance to bring forth. A wellness center, grateful, yes, to blessings for other. And I love it. Michelle is one of our brand new people that are coming into our quantum healing and alchemy certification and training that starts in January. It's a 6-month deep intensive training. And so she's going to be opening a wellness center. So I love that. That she's doing that. Say, I'm excited and full of love and gratitude now that I'm knowing my soul and connected with oneness that is all and able to manifest light, love, and a higher vibration to fill the earth and all around with me with positive energy. I love that, Angela. That just sounds beautiful. Like, can we all sit in that intention for a second, right? Like, beautiful. I'm grateful for the healing light of divine intimacy, bursting forth from my heart through my hands to heal myself and others. I love that. Divine intimacy. I love that. I live a life full of love, kindness, abundance, sharing health, wisdom, and joy in unison with all beings in nature in the greater consciousness, like while grounded in the physical realm and doing my soul's work. That is such a beautiful statement, right? Because it's like bringing in all that light and that wisdom, and then saying, I wanted that to be grounded, right? This greater consciousness, and grounding that in, and being able to do my soul's work. How many of you want to do your soul's work, right? Oh, doesn't that, yeah, isn't that amazing? So I'm so grateful for my spirituality, emotionally, mentally, physically, financially uplifting. Um, uh, breath awakening practitioner training. Awesome. That is full, and that the trainees and I are loving, kind, respectful. I love that. And Tara, I would love to know more about what you do with your breath awakening practitioner training. Um, Beth, what is more? What is the link for more information on it's called the Quantum Healing Training. Beth, I will happily, if you want to know more about the training, the Quantum Health and Alchemy training, shoot me a message to Melissa at melissabinkley.com. Really simple. My name is Melissa, Melissa, at Melissa, Melissa, Binkley, BINKLEY.com. Or you can reply to the email that you got to get on this here, info@intuitiveintelligenceacademy.com. And we will tell you all about what's going on with our quantum healing and training program. And teaching you how to heal mental illnesses, physical illness, all that kind of stuff. But we'll go to that in a second. I want to keep doing this energy here. I'm so excited and grateful to be in the best shape I ever been, physically, spiritually, romantically, financially, emotionally, mentally, and in all aspects in my life, from all of the work I've been doing in 2020 and the years before, to where and how I need to be personally to receive the fruit of that work. Yes, Anne, that's so beautiful. Annie was in our Quantum Miracles Mastery course, and I've seen her grow so much. And so, hi, and Sayulita, when we were working together, she was in New York City and had a dream to leave and travel, and now she's in Mexico. So I love hearing that. Great. So I think all of you have a really good intention. So what we're going to do now, we're going to do an activation for that, right? So we're going to do a beautiful activation. So how this works is this experience that you just wrote down, I want you to be able to embody it. So you're going to see it, feel it, hear it, notice it. So what I want you to be able to do is, from this statement that you've written down, I want you to be able to create a scene in your life as if that all of that experience has already happened and that scene exists. So, if it was financial abundance, or if, like I was say I'm creating something for financial abundance for my business. And one of my things is that I want to be able to have, my own private jet so I can fly around and visit all my clients, and that, then I would see myself sitting in that financial abundance inside that jet, flying to, to my next conference or event, right? So for Annie, she's saying, I feel grateful to be in the best shape I've ever been in my life, both physically, spiritually. So what would that look like, and what would be happening? Maybe she is sitting, on a beach somewhere. She sees herself and she's in the best shape in her life, and everything in her career's all come around. But create a scene from this experience. If you're looking to have, maybe if it's a love relationship, you see yourself walking down the aisle, or you see yourself, in that perfect spiritual partnership, and you and your partner are holding hands together, right? Or if it's a purpose or career, maybe you see yourself in the course or the training that takes you into the next level, into building this incredible or following this purpose in your life, or you see yourself in your wellness center, right? And when I say see, I know that everybody can visualize with actual visuals. So it's that feeling also. You may see light, you may see colors, you may see a symbol. I love being able to create, and one of the things we teach is creating what's called a signa from your intention creation statement, that is actually a symbol, because the universe works in numbers and symbols, right? And signs. So how many of you see signs in the universe all the time, and you see it in the form of a feather or a number, or numbers or things like that? That's how the universe actually communicates with us. We speak to it in vibration, and it speaks to us in numbers and symbols. And so when we have something we want to create, maybe you see that symbol in your mind, right? So if it was like a financial abundance, maybe you see a golden egg, right? And that's your symbol for your thing, right? And so that every time you see a golden egg, it brings that energy of that into your life. So maybe that's the energy that you see. So it's whatever you pick. And if you're kinesthetic, maybe it's because maybe you feel it in your body. What would abundance feel like in your body? Or what would that wellness feel like in your body, right? So we're going to do a 10-minute activation. And what you're going to do is you're going to literally step into the scene in your life where this experience has already happened. And I'm going to walk you through this, and you're going to sit in that energy and feel it in your body and feel it in your bones and your soul. Okay. Are we ready for this beautiful activation now? All right. So let me go back to and find this beautiful music here now that I know where it is. Okay. So can you all still hear me and hear some nice little bit of background music too? Okay, not too. Okay, great. Just go ahead and take a moment to start to settle in and close your eyes. For a count of 5, out for 5. And now, just as you're breathing slowly and deeply, starting to imagine or see yourself in this divine intention. Imagine that you're looking at a movie screen and you are the producer of your life. What do you see? What do you notice? What do you feel? Create that scene. And once you have a full vision of what that looks like in your life, I want you to step through that screen, putting your present self into your future self. Putting your heart space in that heart space. Start to just feel into that future you, that is you, that quantum you. Start to feel a feeling of peace or joy or love or gratitude, whatever that feeling is when you have created this intention, this experience, this prayer in your life. Feel it, notice it. Breathe in that energy. Feel it. holding into the activation in your life. And as you do, I'm going to start sending some transmissions and healings to each and every one of you to create this in your life. Sometimes the energy of what we want to create and our intentions feels so far away from us. So I want you to harness that energy, pull it in, pulling it into your body, knowing, believing that you can have this in your life right now, feeling that energy coming down through the cosmos, up through your body, grounding in, breathing deep into your belly, and grounding it into your pelvic bowl, squeezing your mula bandha, the perineum, holding that energy in, creating and pulling that intention physically into your body. Feeling it, breathing it in, embodying it. And then pushing and holding, and then when you breathe out, breathe that energy down into Mother Earth, grounding yourself in, pulling into the 10th chakra, the Earth Star chakra that is 4 feet below your body, and just focusing in and grounding this intention, burying it, this seed, burying it in earth, into the winter, into the solstice. And now letting the energy rise and allowing, looking back over 2020, here we go. Taking the energy of this past year and letting go and releasing anything that is not serving you. Shedding that energy, seeing it coming off of you, clearing the distortions in your field. Imagine that there's beautiful white light coming in, and as it's breaking you open, it's pulling all of the gunk of the last year out of your system, out of your experience, allowing it to push away movement so that you're becoming light. What do you need to let go of? Shed it now. Imagine there's fire, the phoenix rising, fire pulling into your body, and it's burning up all of the old energy. Let it go. Release. Allowing golden light to pour all over you, surrounding you. Releasing, letting it go. Starting to come back to the room. Breathing that energy in. Grounding it in. Start to wiggle your body. Move your butt a little bit. Move your shoulders. Ground it into your system. Maybe roll your neck. Once you start to come back to the room, I've pulled some cards for us today so you can see the energy for the solstice, and I'm going to read those and share with you a little bit more. Ooh, did you feel that? So powerful. Activating that energy into your body, into your space, allowing yourself to really open into this. And so I pulled some beautiful cards for us today to share some energy and to understand where we're at. So the first card that I pulled today is the Royal You. And the concepts are about sovereignty, responsibility, self-confidence, self-rule, ownership of your feelings and actions, a quiet sense of empowerment, being self-aware, not allowing outside influences out of alignment with your truth. Do you know what it means to express personal sovereignty in your life? It's about how you hold your inner self with sense of worth and integrity. Secure in your belief that you have a unique purpose. It's about feeling comfortable in your own skin, knowing who you are, and that nothing outside you can challenge your authentic self, the hard-worn seat of awareness that you have earned. You are the ruler of your mind, and you're being invited now to consider what discipline you need to apply to your thoughts. Are they consistent with the values and beauty you intend for your life? It is important now to keep your focus on what is right and good for you as well as others. Challenges in your life at this time, no matter how large or small, must be met with a measured response. If life sends you a challenge, can you speak up and set boundaries with grace and surety? Calm, intelligent leadership is called for now. Sovereigns know when to plan their battles, so stay out of unnecessary skirmishes and strategically wield your personal power. Now is the time to lead from the heart, from your authenticity and integrity. Hold your head high and know your truth. That is the mark of a true sovereign. And lead with your heart, right? How many of you, if you've taken any of my quantum, even any of my free webinars or anything, all I talk about is knowing how to understand that the heart is electrically and magnetically stronger than our brains and our minds, right? And so when we lead with our heart, then you manifest and create what you want. When you get into alignment, right? I've seen people heal from paralyzation. I've seen people heal from endometriosis. I've seen people heal from all sorts of, from cancer, from different diseases and illnesses. I've seen people heal PTSD and trauma, being sovereign, right? In their own body, in that alignment. And it starts with coming from our heart and shifting our fields around us. So that royal you is so powerful in really understanding that experience. The next card is about smoke and mirrors. And so it's saying, seeing through the lens of past conditioning, the inability to recognize the truth of what is being offered, healing from misguided perceptions, or moving beyond the illusion of separation, being accountable for your biases and the way you view the world. Oh, this is the most powerful card, I think, for where we've been in 2021 and the ability for where we're moving in this winter solstice and into where we've been in 2020 and where we're moving in 2021, right? How many of you are clearing your lenses of past conditioning? How many of you have been working on healing something, right? Letting go of the things. Like if you have something in your life right now that you do not want to show up, it is because you have been conditioned, right? We have conditioned ourselves, and that thing has appeared due to our where we were in our lives, and it's now showing up. So we start today and shift those conditionings, allow yourself to see different. You will create a new future. And that future exists for you right now. And it's that cleansing and that allowing and that healing. And sometimes it will get a hell of a lot worse before it gets better. Do not believe that spiritual ascension is all yummy and great and that it's all going to just be like, woo, right? When I first asked for my first spiritual, awakening and ascension, when I really asked for that was in 2009. And I don't know if any of you guys recently saw my post. I was at a point in my life, I said, where I was like, is this all there is? Right? I had 5 years into being, walking away from drug trafficking, and I had cleaned up my life, 5 years away from, of all of the things in my life that I thought were craziness, right? I got a job. I was at AGM of a restaurant. I was no longer doing the craziness from in my 20s when I had been an international drug trafficker and eating disorders and self-mutilation and all that, right? So I was doing the right things in 2009, and I said, but I was not happy. And I was like, is this all there is? Is this the way I'm gonna have to live the rest of my life? Well, that question, when I sat on my knees, brought me my dark night of the soul, and I ended up homeless and without a relationship and living in my car within 6 months of asking that question. And it was my first real opportunity to be like, wow, okay. But you know what? That opportunity in 2009 brought me to where I'm at now. But it got a lot for me. Not saying it always has to be. Sometimes people can take their messages by grace instead of the 2x4 method. Mine was hit me with a 2x4 and now I'm going to pay attention. Right. So a lot of time now I take them more with grace. Every once in a while I still get my 2x4. So it says we're actually built to view the world inaccurately. Our five senses tells us we are separate from one another. We're conditioned to see time as linear. This creates a consciousness of delineation, separation, and finality. We have innate fear that what we see is all there is. Although we know deep down there is more, we are suspicious of it. Our fear of death results from this kind of perception. The entire world is a construct of smoke and mirrors, and our job is to discover that truth that lies beyond this illusion. Discoveries at the frontiers of science align with what the ancients have known. At the atomic level, we are blinking lights in empty space. Consciousness is fundamental. Time can be bent, and we are eternal. I know how time can be bent. I found this out a few years ago because I have a thing about being late. And I know I will never be late. I'm always on time. I have a belief system. And there was a time I left my house where there was no way I could be on time. It just literally, like, if you believe in linear time, it was like I was supposed to be somewhere and it takes 30 minutes to get there, and there was traffic, and it takes, and I was supposed to be there in 15 minutes, and it was going to take, literally my GPS said it was going to take 40 minutes to get there, and there was no way if you believe in that kind of conscious time. But Time can be bent just like anything else. I made it there on time. I don't, still to this day don't know how, but I swear the cars on the street parted like the Red Sea. It was like the most incredible thing I'd ever seen in my life. And so it is possible. Anything is possible. Ask yourself if what you see is really what you're looking for. That's powerful. What you see is really just what you're looking for. What do you sense beyond your intellectual assessment of what is? Can you drop into your heart and soul and call for a vision? That's what we were doing today, a feeling and awareness of the true and authentic. That's that activation, right? You're creating and activating that intention within your body is that thing that you want to see in your life that actually exists in the quantum already. You've got to open up to it being showing up right now. So can you drop in every day? Remind yourself that you are intrinsically connected to all of life. The universe needs you to learn about it. You have within you extraordinary magic with which to co-create life beyond your wildest expectations. Trust today the inner voice that reminds you that you truly will find what you seek. And even if outer conditions appear to challenge that, it's all smoke and mirrors. Things are not exactly as they seem. And then where is all this going? Where is all this going? The final energy, the final card is shining through. Yes. So where's all this going? It's to self-expression without filters or masks, authentic communication, being proud of who you are, shining in the world, refusing to make yourself small just to belong. You're being called to step into your true power and essence. How many of you know that 2021, there's a calling for you? Something has shifted so deeply in your life that you know there's something bigger that's happening. That's me for sure. You know, I have felt it. I'm going to Egypt in 2021. I've booked some, I'm going to South Africa, not South Africa, Africa, Kenya, and Uganda. I'm doing some really incredible work. It's shifting and shifting and shifting. Our quantum healing certification and training is our whole thing for 2021. It's huge. It's big. The energy around it is like something I've never felt before. So many things. I'm being called to step into true power. So are you. You're being called to step into your true power and essence. This is one of those times when you're required to bring everything you are, all that you've learned, experienced, and integrated, and offer it up in service to the world. This is the card that came up for you guys. It's asking you to take all that you've learned, experienced, and integrated and offer it in service to the world. Are you guys ready? Are you ready to offer it up in service to the world? We're here, right? It's taking us. If you're on this call, it is because you're in that energy, because 85% of the world lives at a consciousness level where they don't understand what's going on, where they're living in fear, where they're living in shame, where they're living in that. They're not here. We are the ones that have to bring this light to them, that have to offer up our services, that have to show and guide. That's what we're here for. When you take center stage, you will be noticed. Yes, as you shine brightly, you will naturally stand apart from others. The idea may bring up excitement and genuine pride or discomfort, but this is not the time to make yourself small to avoid the glare of the spotlight and potential punishment by others. It takes courage, but know that this is the right thing for you today. It could be scary, right? How many of you shined your light in the darkness and then had people come back? And I've had people block me. I've had people tell me I'm crazy. But that's okay. I know that I see the world in a different way. I have some of my own family members that have no idea. I literally sat at dinner. I'm here in Austin visiting family for the holidays, both of my sisters, and they both sat in front of me and said, "What do you do?" Like they still do, because why? Because neither of them come on any of my stuff. They've been to a couple of my conferences, but they don't get it, right? Like, because they're just not at that. What do you do? We try to tell everybody what you do. We don't understand, right? That's okay. People are not going to always understand, but just you shifting your energy. One of the things that we teach in the quantum healing is when you shift into an experience, you no longer have to explain what you do. All you do is walk into the room and the emanation of your energy shifts people around you and they heal, right? You become the healing mechanism by just shifting who you are. And then it's not about what do you do. People are like, I feel it. And then they're like, well, what do you do? Right? Then you could try to explain it. But that's what the goal is, right? We're literally shifting and bringing source into our bodies to heal. That's where you're at for this. You have come so far. You've been in the proverbial back of the room in learning and gathering mode for so long. And this is an important time has served its purpose. You must step now into a new consciousness, seizing a new opportunity to share your wisdom. You will be like a lighthouse shining through the dark, illuminating the way for others. Oh, this is all of you on here. There's some 40, how many people on this? We had hundreds of people sign up. This is why you're listening to this. Be careful of the voices in your head that say you can't, or you don't know enough, or who are you to shine? The better question is, who are you not to shine? All you are and all you have become is by the grace of the divine. Now is your duty to share your gifts. Celebrate this. Incredible. Absolutely incredible. So I'm crying too, right? Yeah, tears of recognition. I'm feeling it now as I'm transforming my life into a higher consciousness awakening. Beautiful. So much love. So much love, everyone. And so again, if you are interested in that, we're going to be finishing here in just a few moments. I'm so grateful that each of you have come and that you felt that activation, feel this energy. Some rituals. Let me just finish off with a couple of rituals, and then if you guys want the recording of the activation for this, I'm putting a link in the chat box over here. So this link, you'll get this recording. It's $12.21, $12.21. You'll get this recording, and I'm giving you 9 of my ascension meditations for transformation and healing. So if you want it, it's just $12.21 is to go to for the activation. You can put that in there. I just sent that in there for everyone. Thank you, Laureen, for coming. Oh, I'm so glad that you guys joined me for the solstice today. What deck is this? So this is Colette Baron-Reed's deck, the 7 Energies. She's so incredible. I love her deck. I'm actually having my own Quantum Miracles deck coming out this year. Well, it's 2021 now, being created. So I'm super excited about that. I love her. I love her goddess deck. Yeah, I love all of her decks. She's amazing. And that if you are interested in the quantum healing and want some more information, you can either email me, or if you want to send me a private message, I can chat with you right now and get some information from you, and I can contact you also. So if you want to do that, would love to share with you more about what we're doing. So again, after midnight tonight, I mean, not after midnight, after the sunset tonight, about 45 minutes in, right? Want to go outside, create that space, really set into that energy. Take a light with you. So winter solstice is all about bringing the light into the darkness. So light candles today, everywhere, tons of candles, bring lots of light and energy into everything that you are. You are light. We are light, right? That feeling, that activation of energy. You are light yourself. You're emanating that light from you. Bring light around you. Bring light to all those experiences, to everything everything around you, so that you can feel that also. I would take some time to sit with that intention, maybe even write out more. The more that you're really clear about what you want to create, today is the day to do it. So if you're creating for 2021, if you I usually write and I do 7 different categories, and I write a lot of stuff, and I bring in that energy. If you're picking a word for 2021, I pick a word every year. My word for 2020 was alchemy, and happy solstice, and everything alchemy, right? So creating that energy, write all of those things down. So those are the energies for everyone. Thank you all so very much. Happy solstice, all of you. Such beautiful, beautiful energy. If you need anything, let me know. I'll see you all soon. Oh yeah, thank you, Tara, for the oracles of the 7 energies. Yes. And again, if you guys want the recording and you want the meditations that I'm giving, you can all go to the link and grab those. And I'll see you all soon. Thank you so much. Bye, everybody.
Thank you so much. You're amazing.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you.
Bye-bye. Happy solstice.
Happy solstice, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you, everyone. Thanks, Melissa. This is wonderful. Just what I needed.
Good. Great. Bye. Peace, everyone.